Ever felt dizzy, sluggish, or drained just a couple of hours after breakfast? Or maybe you skip your morning meal altogether, naively believing it will help keep your blood sugar in check? If these sensations resonate with you, know that you're not alone. For many of us, especially those over 50 and navigating diabetes or prediabetes, mornings can be a real challenge. What we eat or don't eat after waking up has a colossal impact on how we feel throughout the day. But here's the great news. Breakfast doesn't have to be complicated, tiring, or a forbidden pleasure. In this video, I'm going to walk you through 10 delicious and easy-to-prepare breakfast options that will not only tantalize your taste buds, but also help balance your blood sugar, fuel your energy, and keep you feeling full longer, avoiding those dreaded crashes. These aren't just random meals. They're backed by science and the experience of people just like you who have made small changes and seen impressive results. So, settle in with a warm cup of tea or coffee, and let's explore together how a more thoughtful breakfast can transform your entire day. So, let's dive in. Before we get into the first breakfast idea, I'm really curious to hear from you. Have you found your go-to morning meal that helps you feel on top of your game? Or are you still searching for what truly suits your body? Share your experiences in the comments below. Your story might just inspire another viewer today. Now that we're all here, let's talk about why breakfast becomes even more critical as we age and how to make the most of it. Why breakfast is especially important. After 50, especially with diabetes breakfast, many of us in our younger years treated it as something we could gulp down on the run or skip entirely. Seemed harmless enough. A cup of coffee, a piece of toast, and off we went. But once we cross that 50-year mark, and especially if we're managing diabetes, our bodies start speaking up louder. You might notice that skipping breakfast leads to mid-morning dizziness, or that something too sweet sends you crashing before noon. This happens because as we age, our metabolism slows down, our insulin response changes, and our bodies don't bounce back from blood sugar spikes and dips as quickly as they used to. A proper breakfast can set the tone for the entire day, helping you feel stable, focused, and satisfied. Let me tell you about my neighbor, Tom. He's 62 and was recently diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. For years, he thought skipping breakfast would help him lose weight. But after switching to a balanced morning meal, a combination of protein, fiber, and healthy fats, he confessed to me, "I've finally stopped nodding off at 10 in the morning." Tom didn't make drastic changes. He simply learned to fuel up his body better, and it made all the difference. So if you're used to treating breakfast as optional, start thinking of it as your body's first line of support. Now that we understand why breakfast is so important, let's explore what you can eat to start your morning right. And we'll begin with something simple, yet incredibly effective. The humble egg. Eggs. More than just protein. A diabetic-friendly start. Let's kick off our journey with something you likely already have in your fridge. Eggs. Eggs have been a breakfast staple for generations, and for good reason. They're quick to cook, affordable, and incredibly versatile. But more importantly, eggs are a nutritional powerhouse for those managing diabetes or simply aiming for stable energy levels. Why? They're packed with high-quality protein and healthy fats, with minimal carbohydrates. This means you get sustained satiety and energy without the rapid blood sugar spike that can come from sugary cereals or white toast. But eggs aren't just valuable for what they lack, sugar and carbs. They're also a rich source of choline, which supports brain health, something important for many of us as we age. You don't need to be a gourmet chef to make a great egg breakfast. Here are a few simple ideas. A spinach and mushroom omelet takes just minutes and is loaded with fiber. A poached egg on whole grain toast with a sliver of avocado, or even quick egg muffins with chopped veggies that you can prepare ahead for the entire week. My friend Linda, who's 58, struggled with mid-morning hunger for years. She used to grab a bagel or a sweet pastry thinking it was a treat, but by 11 o'clock, she'd always feel drained. Now she starts her day with 2 eggs, some lightly sautéed greens, and a cup of tea. She says she feels fuller, more focused, and, most importantly, her blood sugar readings have become more stable. A quick note for those concerned about cholesterol. Recent research suggests that for most people, moderate egg consumption, around one a day, is safe and may even support heart health, especially when combined with plenty of vegetables and whole grains. Eggs are simple, but when you build your breakfast around them, you're giving your body a solid foundation. Of course, variety is key to a healthy diet. So next up, we'll look at another breakfast superhero that brings creaminess and gut-friendly benefits to your morning: Greek yogurt with fresh berries. Greek yogurt parfaits, probiotics for blood sugar balance. Now, let's talk about something cool, creamy, and incredibly beneficial for your gut: Greek yogurt. Greek yogurt has come a long way from a simple diet trend to a quiet hero in the fridge for those managing blood sugar fluctuations or simply wanting a more balanced morning. Here's why. Greek yogurt is packed with protein and lower in carbohydrates compared to regular yogurt. But what makes it truly special are the probiotics, those live cultures that support your gut health and keep your digestion running smoothly. And as it turns out, a healthy gut isn't just about avoiding bloating or discomfort. Research suggests that probiotics can improve insulin sensitivity, which is crucial for those with prediabetes or type 2 diabetes. But let's be honest, eating plain yogurt can sometimes feel a bit boring. That's where the parfait comes in. Imagine layers of thick Greek yogurt topped with a handful of fresh blueberries, a sprinkle of chopped walnuts, and maybe a light dusting of cinnamon. You've just created a sweet, satisfying, and blood sugar-conscious breakfast. Blueberries, in particular, are a fantastic fruit for blood sugar control. They're rich in antioxidants and fiber, and walnuts add healthy fats and a satisfying crunch without spiking your glucose levels. My cousin Alice, who's 65, says this has become her go-to morning treat. She prepares small jars of parfaits the night before, so breakfast is waiting for her when she wakes up. No thinking, no sugar rushes, just creamy, crunchy goodness, as she puts it with a smile. Here's a tip. Look for unsweetened Greek yogurt with at least 15 grams of protein per serving. If you crave a little sweetness, try adding a few slices of strawberries or a touch of stevia. Just steer clear of the flavored varieties, which are often loaded with added sugars. Greek yogurt parfait are proof that healthy doesn't have to mean bland. They're incredibly versatile and feel like you're indulging while secretly doing your body a huge favor. And if you're looking for another breakfast that's just as good at supporting stable blood sugar but with a fun pudding-like twist, our next stop will surprise you. Let's talk about chia seeds. Chia pudding and overnight oats, a fiber-rich power duo. If you prefer a breakfast you can prepare in advance, something cool, creamy, and satisfying, then this next duo might just become your new best friend: chia pudding and overnight oats. Let's start with chia seeds. These tiny seeds might look unassuming, but they are packed with soluble fiber, which slows down digestion and helps regulate blood sugar levels. In fact, most of the carbohydrates in chia are fiber, meaning they have a minimal impact on your glucose. A simple chia pudding recipe involves mixing 3 tablespoons of chia seeds with half a cup of unsweetened almond milk, letting it sit overnight, and in the morning, you'll have a pudding-like consistency that you can flavor to your liking. Add berries, a sprinkle of cinnamon, or some chopped nuts for texture. Then we have overnight oats, another no-cook wonder perfect for busy mornings. Oats contain beta-glucan, a type of fiber that's been shown to lower cholesterol and improve blood sugar response. While they have more carbohydrates than chia seeds, the fiber and the way they're digested help to mitigate the impact. Combine half a cup of rolled oats with Greek yogurt and your milk of choice, then stir in some chia seeds, chopped fruit, or even a spoonful of nut butter. My friend Marco, who's 60, makes a big batch of overnight oats on Sunday for the entire week. He says it takes less than 10 minutes and saves him from making unhealthy choices when mornings get hectic. A little tip: use unsweetened milk and whole rolled oats instead of instant varieties, which are more processed and can spike blood sugar faster. Whether you prefer the texture of chia pudding or the heartiness of overnight oats, both options are easy to customize to your taste and gentle on your blood sugar. Next, we're going back to breakfast basics, but with a smart twist. Let's toast some whole grain bread and pair it with heart-healthy fats. Smart toast, whole grains, plus healthy fats, satiety. Toast is one of the most familiar breakfast options, but what you put on it and the type of bread you choose can make a world of difference, especially when you're managing blood sugar. Let's start with the foundation, whole grain bread. Unlike white bread, which is quickly broken down into sugar, whole grain varieties contain complex carbohydrates and fiber. This slows down digestion, promotes stable energy levels, and helps you feel fuller for longer. Now let's talk about toppings, because this is where things get really interesting and beneficial. One of the best additions is avocado. Creamy, rich, and packed with monounsaturated fats, avocado helps to lower the glycemic index of your meal. It also contains potassium, which supports heart health, a big plus for those over 50. Here's a favorite: a slice of toasted whole grain bread, half a mashed avocado, and a poached egg on top. Add a sprinkle of sea salt and a dash of chili flakes if you like a little heat, and you have a satisfying and balanced breakfast in under 10 minutes. You can also swap the avocado for other healthy spreads like almond butter or natural peanut butter for variety. Just make sure you're choosing options without added sugars or hydrogenated oils. My neighbor Sylvia, who's 67, told me that switching from sugary cereals to avocado toast was a game changer for her. No more mid-morning slumps, and I don't feel nearly as hungry, she laughs. And the best part is, this type of toast isn't just healthy, it's versatile. Top it with sliced tomatoes, hemp seeds, or even a drizzle of olive oil. Next up, we're going to talk about something that often gets a bad rap, but can be incredibly beneficial for blood sugar when done right: smoothies. But not just any smoothie, we're focusing on low-carb, high-protein options that won't send your glucose soaring. Smart smoothies, blending without the blood sugar. Spike smoothies can be tricky. They seem healthy, and sometimes they are, but it all depends on what goes into the blender. Many store-bought or homemade smoothies are loaded with hidden sugars: bananas, fruit juices, honey, sweetened yogurt. And while these ingredients might seem natural, they can cause a rapid spike in your blood sugar. But here's the good news: you can enjoy smoothies if you make them the smart way. Start with a low-carb base: unsweetened almond or oat milk, a scoop of plain Greek yogurt or unsweetened protein powder, half an avocado for creaminess and healthy fats. Then load up on fiber-rich ingredients: a handful of spinach or kale, a tablespoon of chia or flax seeds, a small portion of berries like blueberries or raspberries. This kind of smoothie is filling, supports digestion, and provides sustained energy without the crash. My cousin James, who's 59, used to grab a fruit smoothie and a muffin from a cafe every morning. Now, he whips up a quick smoothie at home using almond milk, spinach, peanut butter, and protein powder. He says, "I stay full until lunchtime, and my numbers have been better at every checkup." A few extra tips: always check the labels of your ingredients, especially nut milks and protein powders. Avoid adding juices or syrups for sweetness. Try cinnamon or a drop of liquid stevia instead. Smoothies are perfect for busy mornings or when you're on the go. A few smart swaps can turn them into a powerful tool for blood sugar management. Next, we're moving from the blender to the bowl, because we're going to talk about an underrated classic that's packed with fiber and surprisingly blood sugar friendly: bran cereal. High-fiber cereal, a diabetic-friendly choice? Cereal is a breakfast classic: quick, easy, and familiar. But if you've ever wandered down the cereal aisle, you know how overwhelming it can be. Boxes promising whole grains or heart health line the shelves, but many are secretly loaded with added sugars and high glycemic carbs. That's why, for people managing diabetes, not all cereals are created equal. So, what should you look for? Let me introduce you to a bit of an unsung hero: bran cereal. Made from the outer layer of the wheat grain, it's where most of the fiber and nutrients are concentrated. A single serving can give you upwards of 5 grams of fiber, and that fiber helps slow down digestion, meaning a gentler rise in blood sugar. Even better, when you pair a high-fiber cereal with some protein, like unsweetened almond milk or a dollop of Greek yogurt, you've got a well-rounded and blood sugar-friendly breakfast. Here's how my Uncle Bill, who's 68, likes to eat it. He tops his bran flakes with some chopped walnuts and a handful of blueberries. It's simple, crunchy, and keeps me feeling full, not heavy, he told me. But here's the key: read the label. Look for cereals with at least 4 to 5 grams of fiber per serving, no more than 5 to 6 grams of sugar, and ideally with whole, recognizable ingredients. Steer clear of the ones with cartoon characters on the box. They're usually aimed at kids, not your blood sugar levels. And if cold cereal isn't your thing, you can warm up bran flakes with milk for a comforting porridge. Cereal can be part of a healthy breakfast. You just need to choose wisely and pair it thoughtfully. Now, let's switch from crunchy to creamy. Next up, we're talking about a protein-packed option that's often overlooked but has tremendous benefits: cottage cheese. Cottage cheese power bowl. Underrated but effective. Let's be honest, cottage cheese isn't always the most glamorous item in the dairy aisle, but don't let its simple appearance fool you. This creamy, mild cheese is one of the most blood sugar-friendly breakfast options out there. Here's why. It's low in carbs, high in protein, and provides a steady, sustained source of energy, perfect for those managing diabetes or insulin resistance. Half a cup of low-fat cottage cheese packs around 13 grams of protein and only about 4 grams of carbs. And that protein helps slow down digestion, keeping you feeling full and preventing those glucose spikes. But the real magic happens when you turn it into a power bowl. You can go savory by mixing in some chopped cherry tomatoes, cucumbers, a drizzle of olive oil, and fresh herbs like basil or parsley. Or try a sweet version. Add a few slices of apple, a sprinkle of cinnamon, and some chopped walnuts. My friend Rosa, who's 64, says she used to skip breakfast altogether because nothing seemed appealing. Now she prepares a cottage cheese bowl the night before and says it feels like a little cafe moment at home. She loves how it keeps her feeling satisfied during her morning walk. No energy crashes, no mid-morning cravings. If you're not a fan of the texture, try blending cottage cheese until it's smoother and more yogurt-like. It also makes a great spread on toast or a dip for veggies. Cottage cheese might not be trendy, but it's reliable. And sometimes that's exactly what our bodies need. Speaking of reliable, there's another classic combination that's worth revisiting: nut butter and whole grain toast. Simple duos that are surprisingly effective when done right. Nut butters and whole grains, an energy-stabilizing duo. Sometimes the simplest combinations are the most effective, and when it comes to breakfast, few things are as easy and satisfying as nut butter on whole grain toast. But let's break it down. Whole grain bread provides complex carbohydrates and fiber, helping to slow down the absorption of sugar into your bloodstream. Nut butter, like peanut, almond, or cashew, offers healthy fats and protein, which help you stay full longer and keep your blood sugar levels stable. Together, they create a balanced and blood sugar-friendly breakfast that you can whip up in under 5 minutes. One slice of whole grain toast with a tablespoon of natural peanut butter contains around 8 grams of protein, 9 grams of healthy fats, and a good dose of fiber. Be mindful of your nut butter choices. Opt for natural varieties without added sugars or hydrogenated oils. The ingredient list should be short and sweet, just nuts and maybe a pinch of salt. Want to jazz it up? Try adding a few slices of banana, a sprinkle of cinnamon, or even some chia seeds on top for extra texture and nutrients. And if you're craving something savory, mix a little sriracha or lemon juice into your almond butter for a creamy, tangy twist. My neighbor Gary, who's 71, swears by this combination. "It's my go-to when I'm in a rush," he told me. "No mess, no fuss, and it keeps me going until lunch." Small, consistent choices like these support long-term blood sugar health. And if you're looking for a plant-based breakfast that's just as balanced, filling, and easy to prepare, you're going to love what's next. Tofu scramble, a hearty and protein-rich dish with endless variations. Tofu scramble. a plant-based breakfast that balances you. If you're looking to incorporate more plant-based meals into your morning routine, or just want something a little different from eggs, tofu scramble might just become your new favorite. Discovery: tofu is made from soybeans and is naturally high in protein, low in carbohydrates, and completely cholesterol-free. It's also incredibly versatile, taking on the flavors of whatever you cook it with. And here's the best part: it's quick to make and provides a warm, satisfying breakfast that will keep you feeling full for hours. Start with firm tofu, crumble it into a pan, and sauté it with a little olive oil, some turmeric for color and anti-inflammatory benefits, and your favorite vegetables like spinach, bell peppers, mushrooms, or onions. You can season it with garlic powder, a pinch of salt, and a dash of black pepper. Craving a cheesy flavor? Add a sprinkle of nutritional yeast. It's rich in B vitamins and gives a lovely savory taste. Serve it with a slice of whole grain toast or wrap it in a low-carb tortilla for a complete, balanced, and diabetes-friendly breakfast. My friend Carla, who's 66, started making tofu scramble after transitioning to a plant-based diet last year. She was skeptical at first, but now says, "It's the only breakfast that leaves me feeling light, energized, and satisfied, not sluggish." Tofu is also a great option for those who are mindful of their cholesterol or simply want to experiment without sacrificing protein. And because it's so easy to customize, you'll never get bored. One day spicy with salsa, the next savory with herbs and tomatoes. With tofu scramble, you're fueling your body in a way that supports blood sugar balance, heart health, and digestive well-being, all in one delicious pan. And there you have it. 10 wholesome, energizing breakfast ideas for anyone over 50 looking to take better care of their mornings and their health. But before we wrap up, let's circle back to what we've learned and discuss how you can start making changes today. So let's take a deep breath and reflect on everything we've just explored together. You've just discovered 10 innovative and satisfying breakfast options, each carefully chosen to help stabilize your blood sugar, support your energy levels, and make your mornings something to look forward to. From the simplicity of scrambled eggs to the creaminess of Greek yogurt parfaits, the fiber-rich benefits of chia seeds and oats, the satisfying crunch of smart toast, the warmth of tofu scrambles, and everything in between. And the best part is, these aren't fad diets or complicated meal plans. These are real, nourishing foods that can fit into your life, no matter your schedule, your taste preferences, or where you are on your health journey. Here's a gentle reminder: you don't have to overhaul everything overnight. Just pick one breakfast idea, try it tomorrow, see how you feel, and go from there. Maybe it's the Greek yogurt with berries, maybe it's the avocado and egg toast, or maybe it's simply giving breakfast the attention it deserves. Now, I'm really eager to hear from you. Which of these breakfast options are you most excited to try? Do you have a go-to morning meal that helps you feel your best? Leave a comment below. Your story might just inspire someone else. And if this video has given you something helpful, encouraging, or even just a few new ideas, please remember to like, share, and subscribe. We're building a community of people over 50 living healthier and happier lives, one small step at a time. You deserve mornings that make you feel good. Thank you for watching. Until next time, take care and start your day with intention.